K-State instant reaction show, post-game show here. Despite giving up a 25-point lead, Kansas State beats West Virginia 94-90 in overtime. A tale of two halves it really was in this one. K-State led 48-26 at halftime and didn't really come out of the halftime locker room. They gave up 53 points and only scored 31 in the second half before heading to overtime and winning 94-90, outscoring West Virginia 15-11. I'm Spencer DuPuis here for the K-State Instant Reaction post-game show. As we get into this one, 7-0 an NCAA record that K-State and Jerome Tang are now in overtime this season. I believe 12-0. Jerome Tang is now as head coach at Kansas State. It wasn't pretty at all tonight, unless you were watching in the first half, and in the second half if you were a West Virginia fan. It was a total tale of two halves in this one. About had the story written at halftime and had to go one of those sports writer moments where you got to go back and say, just kidding. The game totally took a turn, and it really started kind of in probably 5 minutes into the second half when it was just a complete takeover for West Virginia in this one. But despite giving up that 25 points, K-State holds on to the win 94-90 and still keeping their NCAA tournament hopes alive. Let's get into this one here. The stats first for Kansas State. Leading the way with a season-high 29 points, Tyler Perry in his 41 minutes. He went 7 for 12 from the field, 6 for 11 from beyond the arc, 9 of 10 from the charity stripe. He had 4 rebounds, 29 points, 6 assists in this one. Then after that, 19 points for Cam Carter. He went 4 of 13 from the field. Not a great night from the field, but 9 of 10 for him from the charity stripe. He has 8 rebounds in this one, 4 assists to go along with a steal. When you look at some other players in this one, it's 13 points for Arthur Kaluma after his season high, 28 points on Saturday. I think he went over BYU. Less effective night for him, just 3 of 10 from the field, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal for him. And Will McNair Jr. came off the bench tonight in 27 minutes. He went 6 for 8, a very good 6 for 8 for him tonight, coming off the bench, 13 points, 2 assists. David Gasson, he did not get into double figures, but he had a pretty good first half. He had 8 points, but if he would have scored 2 more points, he would have had a double-double. He had 10 rebounds on the night. Day Ames, he went 3 of 6 from the field. Definitely a lot. You noticed him early in the game for K-State. But again, a tail down. It was a 48-point half, a 22-point lead for K-State at halftime. 48-26, and then a complete role reversal. They give up 53 points to the Mountaineers. Josh Eilert's return to K-State tonight. It's his first time as head coach of the Mountaineers. There's a 53-point second half for the Mountaineers, just 30 points for K-State. But when it all mattered, Tyler Perry came up clutch tonight. He scored when it mattered most late in the game. But looking at West Virginia, great night for Raekwon Battle and for Kirk Kriisa, 28 and 25 respectively. A 10 for 20 night for Raekwon Battle, 6 of 9 from beyond the arc. Just he couldn't finish, didn't come out good enough for West Virginia and didn't finish in the overtime good enough. But K-State wins. They are now 17 and 11 and 7 and 8 in the conference. They are keeping their NCAA tournament hopes alive. They need to just win the rest of their games, and they have a better shot. And then obviously they got to win. If they win the Big 12, then you're the automatic qualifier from the Big 12. But there's a lot of things that K-State needs to get better at, especially after that second half tonight. They did shoot 50% in the first half, all just shooting 33% in the second half, but a total game of 45.8 and then 48.4 from beyond the arc. But it kind of looked like it was going to be a steamrolling at halftime. Had the story written, K-State steamrolls West Virginia, keeps its NCAA tournament hopes alive. But that wasn't the case. West Virginia made them work for it. That West Virginia team obviously getting its pieces back late in the season, or getting pieces together late in the season, I would say, for West Virginia. And it almost was a kind of deja vu for West Virginia, as I believe in 2021, West Virginia had a big road comeback win over Oklahoma State. They were down 19 in the second half, I believe, about 10 and a half, 11 minutes to go. They ended up winning that game 87-84. Shout out to my buddy Luke Creasy from HD Media back in West Virginia for that stat. Didn't come true, though. They didn't get that point comeback, but they did come back. The game was tied headed into overtime. So despite giving up a 25-point lead, K-State comes back in overtime, wins this one 94-90. They are now 17-11 and 7-8 on the season. We'll break this one down more tomorrow on 580 Sports Talk 2 to 6. You can watch it right here on YouTube, right here on Facebook, as well as listening to it on 580 WIBW, the 580 WIBW website. But that will do it here from Bramlage Coliseum. I'm Spencer. We have a great night, everyone.